Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Khổng. Today, we will explore the history of the formation and development of the United States before the 15th century. North America is home to many indigenous tribes with long and rich histories. Their ancestors are believed to have migrated from Asia across the Bering Strait during the Ice Age. Tens of thousands of years ago. In 1492, explorer Christopher Columbus, sponsored by Spain, reached the Americas, beginning an era of European exploration and colonization of the New World. Spain became the first major power to expand into the region, followed by England and France. During the 17th century, England established numerous colonies in North America, while France controlled large areas in the Northeast, Canada, and parts of the Caribbean. After the long conflict between Britain and France in Europe ended in 1763, France was defeated and forced to give Canada to Britain. To recover the costs of the war, the British government imposed higher taxes on its North American colonies, leading to widespread opposition. In 1775, a rebellion against British rule broke out. 1 year later, on July 4, 1776, the 13 colonies declared independence and formed the United States of America. Under the leadership of George Washington and with support from France, the Americans defeated Britain and officially became an independent nation in 1783. In 1789, George Washington became the first president of the United States. By 1803, President Thomas Jefferson purchased the Louisiana Territory from France, nearly doubling the size of the country. In 1812, the United States entered its final major war with Britain. Although British forces attacked and burned parts of Washington, D.C., the Americans eventually gained the advantage. The Treaty of 1818 helped establish a clearer border between the United States and Canada, allowing America to continue expanding westward. Territorial expansion encouraged waves of migration, but it also led to many conflicts between Americans, indigenous communities, and Spain. These disputes were gradually resolved through negotiations, including the Treaty of 1819, which marked an important step in the growth of the young United States. Under the 1819 agreement with Spain, the United States gained control of Florida and strengthened its claims in the Oregon region. In return, America agreed to pay $5 million and end territorial disputes with Spain. Around the same period, Mexico gained independence from Spain, creating two young nations with European roots that shared ambitions for expansion. Tensions between the United States and Mexico increased when Texas, after breaking away from Mexico, joined the United States in 1845. This event triggered the Mexican-American War, which ended with Mexico's defeat and its recognition of large new territories becoming part of the United States. As the United States expanded its territory and rapidly industrialized through railroads, machinery, and transportation networks, the nation remained deeply divided over the issue of slavery. The South supported the institution of slavery, while the North sought to abolish it. In 1860, Republican candidate Abraham Lincoln was elected president with a position against the expansion of slavery, causing several Southern states to secede and form the Confederate States of America. The American Civil War took place from 1861 to 1865. After 4 years of intense fighting, the Union forces of the North, led by President Abraham Lincoln, achieved victory, preserving national unity and bringing an end to slavery. After the war, the United States entered the Reconstruction era, purchased Alaska from Russia in 1867, and expanded its influence overseas, including the annexation of Hawaii in 1898. Also in 1898, the United States went to war with Spain and gained control over the Philippines and Puerto Rico, while increasing its influence in Cuba following the Treaty of Paris. Thanks to rapid industrial growth, the rise of private businesses, and a large wave of immigration from Europe, the United States emerged as the world's leading industrial power by the beginning of the 20th century. From the late 19th century to the early 20th century, the progressive movement developed to address issues such as corruption, inequality, and ineffective government management. This movement promoted many important reforms, including women's suffrage and the nationwide prohibition of alcohol. In 1914, World War I broke out. The United States initially remained neutral, but took advantage of the situation by supplying weapons and goods to the warring sides. By 1917, Germany's attempt to form an alliance with Mexico against the United States, along with repeated submarine attacks on American merchant ships, led Washington to change its policy. Citing the need to protect freedom of navigation, the United States entered the war and helped the Allied powers achieve victory. After the war, America entered a period of rapid economic growth. However, in 1929, the collapse of the Wall Street stock market triggered the Great Depression, a global economic crisis that lasted for many years. President Franklin D. Roosevelt later introduced the New Deal, a series of programs designed to restore the economy and shape the foundations of modern American liberalism. In 1939, World War II began. Although the United States remained neutral at first, it opposed Japan's expansion in Asia through trade restrictions, especially embargoes on oil and steel. These tensions continued to rise until Japan launched the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor caused severe damage to the U.S. Pacific Fleet and forced the United States to officially enter World War II as part of the Allied forces. America played a major role in defeating Nazi Germany in Europe and the Japanese Empire in Asia. In 1945, after the United States dropped two atomic bombs on Japan, the war came to an end. That same year, the United States and many other nations established the United Nations in San Francisco to promote peace, security, and international cooperation. After World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union emerged as two rival superpowers during the Cold War, competing in military strength, politics, and space exploration. The United States pursued a policy of containing the spread of communism and became involved in conflicts such as the Korean War and the Vietnam War. Although it did not achieve all of its objectives. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed, bringing an end to the Cold War and establishing the United States as the world's leading superpower. Entering the 21st century, the United States faced a growing threat from international terrorism, especially after the September 11, 2001 attacks, when nearly 3,000 people were killed as terrorists hijacked airplanes and crashed them into the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. In response, President George W. Bush's administration launched the War on Terror. In October 2001, the United States and NATO entered Afghanistan to overthrow the Taliban government, which was accused of providing shelter to al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden. In 2003, the United States launched a military campaign in Iraq and quickly removed Saddam Hussein's government from power. At the time, the U.S. government stated that the operation was intended to eliminate weapons of mass destruction, promote democracy, and liberate the Iraqi people. However, the war lasted for many years, causing severe instability and sparking widespread debate both within the United States and around the world. In 2007, President George W. Bush introduced a troop surge strategy to deal with increasing violence caused by insurgent groups. Despite these efforts, Iraq continued to face major challenges in achieving long-term stability. By 2008, growing opposition to the war, combined with a financial crisis, helped Barack Obama win the presidential election, making him the first African-American president in U.S. history. After taking office, Obama changed the strategy in Iraq and increased troop levels in Afghanistan. On December 15, 2011, the United States officially ended the Iraq War and withdrew all of its troops from the country. In Afghanistan, the U.S. continued military operations for many years before completing its withdrawal on August 30, 2021. Under President Joe Biden, this ended a two-decade-long war and paved the way for the Taliban to return to power. Today, the United States consists of 50 states, along with several territories and a federal district, with Washington, D.C., serving as the nation's capital. The American flag features 50 stars representing the states and 13 red and white stripes symbolizing the original 13 colonies that declare independence from Britain. With its powerful economy, leading military capabilities, and global cultural influence, the United States plays an important role in international organizations such as the United Nations and NATO. It was also the first country to send humans to the moon and remains one of the 5 permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. Although it is one of the world's most developed nations, modern American society continues to face many challenges, including economic inequality, social disparities, gun violence, racial discrimination, illegal immigration, and high healthcare and education costs. Thank you for watching this video. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you find this content useful, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Mr. Khổng channel. Also, turn on notifications to stay updated with our upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon.